Our top story, the Ukraine-Russia conflict has now begun to show its wider ramifications, and the European Union is considering imposing further sanctions on Russia. Meanwhile, Ukraine's President Petro Poroshenko has urged NATO to send its ships to the Sea of Azov, and Poroshenko said that he is looking forward to NATO's intervention. The Ukrainian government is particularly concerned about the blockade of Azov and the sea around it. The blockade is having an economic impact on Ukraine, with movements of ships restricted. Russia's plan to deploy the fourth 400 surface-to-air missile system to the annexed Crimean Peninsula is also adding to Ukraine's woes. The standoff between Russia and the Ukraine centers on the continued dispute over Crimea. Russia annexed the peninsula from the Ukraine nearly 5 years ago and has since tightened its grip on it. Earlier in May, Russian President Vladimir Putin inaugurated a 12-mile bridge over the Kerch Strait connecting Crimea with mainland Russia in spite of Ukraine's protests. Right now, Ukraine is busy rallying support. Ukraine sees Germany as one of its closest allies in these hard times. In the meanwhile, German government has expressed concerns about the military escalation in the Sea of Azov. Germany has called on Russia to return the seized ships and release the servicemen on board as well. It remains to be seen, however, if the crisis will have any bearing on the proposed Trump-Putin meeting on the sidelines of the G20 summit, but the US has indicated that the talks might stand cancelled following the flare-up as well.
It was obviously a flagrant violation of international law. It was, I think, a cavalier use of force that injured Ukrainian sailors. It was contempt, really, for the traditional ways of settling these kinds of concerns, if they had any. And when you think that there is a treaty between the two countries that permits exactly what happened, it just shows that Russia cannot be counted on right now to keep